This video shows and discusses self-harm scars and how scar camouflage can reduce the visibility. Please take care while watching this video and skip if you feel like it may affect you. So one of the other treatments that we're doing quite frequently in the clinic is scar camouflage for self-harm scars. So this patient will reach out to us when they are usually years past the incident of self-harming. Usually the scars are white and they will be, the best type of treatment will be to have some flesh coloured ink placed into the skin. This is going to be multiple treatments. Usually the skin is damaged to the point where it's not going to accept ink quickly. So really 3 to 6 sessions at a minimum, and they're going to be spaced 4 to 8 weeks apart, depending on the treatment modality that we're doing. If the scar has been re-injured over and over, there is a chance that we may need to do some more additional sessions. This treatment for this type of scar is the best. So if you have markings from self-harm and you want to get them covered, scar camouflage is the best treatment for this. Scar camouflage is a form of paramedical tattooing. It uses skin tone inks to blend and reduce the visibility of scars by blending them into the surrounding skin tone. It doesn't actually remove the scar. Instead, it just disguises the colour difference between the scar and the surrounding tissue. The scar is still present, but it's less noticeable to the eye. One common question that we get asked is, what happens if I get a suntan? Pigment or tattoo ink does not tan. The ink that is implanted during scar camouflage is an artificial pigment that's placed into the dermal layer of the skin. So unlike natural skin, it does not produce melanin, which means that the tattooed area will not darken or tan when exposed to sunlight. As a result, if the surrounding skin tans, the tattooed area will just be lighter compared to the rest of the body. So for best results, you just have to come to us with your most of the year round skin tone. If you are a very tanned person and that's the way you've always been, you want to be coming to us when you have more of a tanned appearance. It's always going to look better than if you had the white scars with the tanning, but unfortunately ink is not magic and it is not going to change under the sun. So when can we start treatment? Well, the best type of scar treatment is always ASAP. However, usually in the instance of self-harm, we are typically doing this treatment many years down the track. And not all scars are suitable. So if unfortunately you have a keloid scar, you would need to go and see a dermatologist who can treat that with steroid injections. This is not a suitable treatment for keloid scar. Additionally, if it's red or purple or has some darker pigment in there, there are other treatments that you need to do. This works really well if the scar is already white. If there's active inflammation or there is unstable pigment in the skin, for example vitiligo, we would not be doing this treatment. So my goal as a medical tattooist is to try and minimize this scar as much as possible. And sometimes just putting ink into the skin is not the best result that you're going to have. A lot of the time there's actually texture, and if someone has white scars and has a fair complexion, putting in flesh coloured ink immediately is not always the right choice to make. We have to actually work on the texture of the scar to ensure that it blends into the surrounding skin. This treatment really is a confidence booster, and many of my clients report feeling more comfortable in short sleeves, swimsuits, or clothing that shows the treated area. This procedure really helps people reclaim confidence and self-esteem as they move into a new phase of their life. It's also long-lasting, and results can last several years. It's unlikely to ever return back to the bright whiteness that it was, but depending on your skin type and sun exposure and ink choice, most clients will only have to return for a touch-up every sort of 3 to 8 years to maintain the optimal blending.